Greetings. If this is your first time here, welcome. If you're a returning subscriber, glad you're back. This video is actually a continuation of the last video I posted, where you can see my motorcycle upside down on the side of the road at the top of a beautiful mountain overlooking the valley, and basically we will call that the cliffhanger. And this video here will explain what happened and how my bike ended up in that position. Let's go to the intro. Well, my people, let's get right into it. This is where my last video ended, and what you saw was my bike somewhat upside down here on the side of the road overlooking this valley. So if you look at just behind the front tire there a little bit, you can see that there's a little bit of a skid mark, and that is from me having to lock up the front brake. You know, I thought in my mind that I was coming in slow enough, but I was coming in a little bit hot, a little bit hotter than I should have. Anyhow, I made the stop. I stopped. What happens is, and I don't know if you can tell, but this is kind of an embankment here, where the right side of the road this is not the road, the side of the road is lower than the left side. And when I made the sudden stop and I put my feet down to hold the bike up, the right side is probably 4 or 5 inches lower than the left. And try as I might, I was on my tippy-toe, and the bike basically started leaning to the right quickly. And this is one of the heaviest bikes out there. It's almost 1,000 pounds. And quickly and heavily. And I know I'd say the majority of you all don't know this, but I've had back surgery, and I was not about to hurt my back alone out there where I was. This is Route 250 in Virginia. I had shut the camera off because, as you guys know, I mean, even though there are so many great roads and turns and everything is so spectacular out there, if you're watching it on TV, it becomes mundane and boring. So I had shut all the cameras off, and I wanted to stop here at this overlooking this valley because it was a beautiful sight, and take some pictures and a little bit of video. Well, as I stopped, I think you guys know what happened. Basically, the bike leaned to the right, it got too heavy, and I did not try to hold it up. I just let it go. And what you cannot see is that it was actually more upside down than right side up. In other words, the tires are touching the ground as you look at it in this picture. But that's because I lifted it up, you know, probably 10 inches. So in other words, it was more on the upside down of the crash bars. Usually the crash bars will leave it like this, but being that that's an embankment, it kind of was almost on the upside down. I tried to lift it, and again, because I have a bad back and there was a lot of gravel there, I didn't have a good footing. I said, I'm not even going to try it. And I just, you know, relax, calm my nerves down, which is the biggest thing you can do in these things is, you know, not jump to try to pick up the bike and hurt yourself. I mean, I haven't dropped the bike in a good long time. I will say I've been riding for 43 years. In my younger days, my first 10 years, I crashed a good 20 times. Street bikes. I've been a street bike person my whole life. Dirt bike, I can count on one finger the days that I have ridden, and I think it's twice that I've ridden a dirt bike. But anyhow, so and I just waited, And the gentleman and this lady that you see here, first, the gentleman that you see on the right pulled over. He could see, he actually turned around, which is, you know, people are beautiful, I tell you, you know. I get a little bit emotional. Maybe it's because I'm an old guy now. But no, he was super cool. So the guy drove by with his wife, and he looked and he saw me just standing there with, you know, looking at the bike. And I didn't wave at him or anything. He looked at me, he slowed down, and this is some sharp curves around here. So he went and he made a U-turn where he could and came back and pulled over and asked me if I needed help. And I said yes. Anyway, and then the other couple that you see to the left, those people are, what do they call those? I was going to say they are Amish, but they are not Amish. They drove up in a car. As you know, people who are not from this country don't know, but the Amish do not use cars. They only drive buggies. They don't use a whole lot of man-made stuff like telephones and TVs and things like that. The Mennonites are almost like that, but they do drive cars. Anyhow, these people are Mennonites, and they were great people. They pulled over. And again, the one gentleman had already stopped, and he was from Ohio, and he is in that area, looking for a place to live. He wants to move there. He loves it. He loves the west side of Virginia. That's all mountains. That's the Shenandoah Valley, the Blue Ridge Mountains, for those of you that don't know where I'm at there. Anyway, and then the Mennonites pulled up. The lady was such a nice lady. She kept offering me apple cake. She says, we're just coming back from church, and I have this apple cake, and I got about half of it. Would you like some? I can give you a big piece, and you can take with you. And I'm on a motorcycle. I'm like, no, thank you, ma'am. Anyhow, they helped me to lift the bike, and I said, I need to get a picture of you guys, and that's the picture that you saw there. And again, they were just great. So, damage to the motorcycle. On the front fairing right by the handlebar is a light scratch. That is the extent of it. Again, I came to a complete stop. I just dropped it from the stop position. It went down a little bit hard. I'm not going to say it went down softly because I did not try to hold it. I just let it go. And that is pretty much it. Thank God the exhaust didn't get scratched. Nothing else got scratched. The saddlebag did get scratched very lightly. Nothing to write home about. To be honest with you, I like my motorcycles to be impeccable, and I am not concerned at all with the slight damage that it does have. It's very minimal. But these are things that happen, especially on roads like this and gravel like this. Now, I did make a few other stops, and what I did was, after that, they say, you kind of learn from your mistakes. I came to a complete stop on the road, and then I would basically crawl to the side of the road, to the edge of the road, to the gravel part there. I no longer pulled over and tried to stop on the gravel. That wasn't too much of a smart move on my part, I will admit. 43 years and you're still learning. Anyhow, for those of you who are a little bit confused with my last title, I watched this guy called $1 Million Bogan. He is from Australia, and this guy, he's a millionaire. He is literally a millionaire, and he has trashed his bike. And I call that video a $1 Million Bogan moment, because something like what happened to me has happened to him I don't know how many times, and he has no concern whatsoever. His he has a few bikes, but he has a Road King that is totally trashed. And I will say, my man, he takes that thing off-roading. He has gotten himself into some situations that is really unreal. But that is why I called it a $1 million Bogan moment. And this video I have yet to name, but I'm going to use his name as well, because in the spirit of Daniel Hayes is that I rode that day that I dropped my bike. Let's enjoy the video. Again, I'm riding through Appalachia, some of the best motorcycle roads, not only in this country, but in the world. And I'm going to show you just that. This thing here is called the Green Bank Radio Observatory. And what it does is it looks into into space, basically. I'm not an astronomy kind of guy, so I can tell you this thing is taller than a 50-story building. It weighs 400 something tons. I mean, the thing is humongous. People who live in Green Bank and the surrounding areas do not have cell phone service. There is not radio. They don't have radio, nothing satellite, nothing like that. No radio waves, no phone service, cell service, anything like that. People who grew up here before cable did not have TV, didn't have radio. So I was reading the story of one guy. He was telling his story, and he's like, I didn't know what TV was, and I didn't know what radio was, and we were happy, and we didn't know. We got our news from the newspapers and what people, commented and talked about. Other than that, for those of you interested in visiting or seeing this, if your kids or yourself is into astronomy, this is a place to go. It's in West Virginia, very close to Virginia. And if you have been following the routes I've been taking, I was on 250 and then I jumped on 90 south. And this is on 90. Green Bank is on Route 90. And again, there's no cell service. That's why I don't have cell service. I found out much later. I didn't have cell service for more than 2 hours. This is the Green Bank Observatory. Let me tell you what's going on. I've been on this road 92 for about 2 hours, hour and a half, and it is a lot of bugs around here. I had to go pee-pee. I went over there, walked into a big spider web. My tailbone hurts. I was hoping to be on 64 by now, but this road, 92, this road has everything. It is 55, which you know what that means, you can go faster. And they have long sweeping turns, and then they switch back and forth. And then they have turns as slow as 35. So, heck of a road to ride. I should be hitting 64 in about the next 15 to 20 minutes. One thing I'll tell you is, these areas are deserted. Like, there's not very many cars or people. Now, this one guy passed me. I guess he's a local in a pickup truck. Pickup truck passed me. He had his flashers on, which I think he probably had an emergency. And I'm thinking, like, how far is the hospital? I have not passed anything. I mean, yes, a few houses, national parks. I just passed Salt something Spa in the middle of nowhere. The other thing is I haven't had cell service for about 2 hours. It is dead out here as far as cell. I guess people out here don't own cell phones. I have got nothing. If you get on this road, you don't have gas, you're hit. You'll be in trouble. Luckily, I just filled up. I got a little bit less than half a tank, but 64 is coming up. I had to stop for a snack. So, I don't know if you noticed, but it rained a little bit. I had to put on my rain suit, which this is a new rain suit for me. Just breaking it in. And I will say, compared to my other one, I like it. It's not as flappy. The other one's extra big, and it's my size. This one, I don't know if you've heard, but forget brands. Doesn't matter. It could be, you know, it could be Spalding. Cheese and crackers, look at that bird. Man, that thing's big. It'll carry me away. Wow. Anyhow, Harley Davidson makes good rain suits. And I've heard guys of all brands of motorcycles agree to that. So guys who have BMWs and Gold Wings, because I'm in those groups, have commented that yes, they agree. They do make a good rain suit. Anyway, I have a Nelson rig is my other rain suit, but it's starting to fall apart. And last time I got caught in the rain, I had a lot of wet parts of my body. So I splurged and bought this thing. This is a Harley Davidson FXRG. Okay, so gonna hit it again. I need relief for my tailbone. Ooh. This is the room. It's like I'm in the, I don't know, 1800s, could it be? I mean, this is West Virginia. This is Lewisburg, West Virginia. show you around. Le toilet. Let's see. No, that one doesn't open. I guess this is their... They do have stuff here. What do you know? They got a robe. They got an iron, extra toilet tissue. They have towels, hair dryer, the bathtub, the shower. I'll wash my hands again, because I'm eating dinner now. Show you around. Suite 1. We have suites. Girl said when I called, she said, we have suites. I think every room is a suite, unless it's just a little like, I mean, they call this a suite. So, anyway, here we have it. Now for dinner. That is lunch, or dinner, rather. So, supposed to be a really good burger, fries, and some kind of béarnaise sauce with a glass of vintage Sprite. It's cold. It's a good thing. Top of the morning to you. Well, this rain business, not very good. It's spoiling my trip. I checked the weather for the last 3 days before I, started out on this trip. These are technical roads, if you're gonna enjoy them the right way. So because of the rain forecast for the next 2 days, today and tomorrow, I'm gonna be turning back around, but I am gonna make the best of it. So I'm gonna see what roads I take to head back. And that is my alarm. Well, let me tell you a little bit about what's going on over here. So I just got off 64, just entered Virginia, probably, oh, I don't know, 5 miles back, something like that. So 64 is gonna be up here. I just filled up with gas. If I have gas, I'm happy, I'm good. I have no fear, because yesterday I rode for I don't know how long and there was no gas stations whatsoever for a good long while. And you know, it's kind of freaky when you're in the middle of nowhere, well, at least that you don't know where you're at, and you know, there's no fuel stops. There was nothing. So today, not that bad, because 64 is parallel with the road I'm riding. I can see it on the GPS. You can kind of see where we're at. People around here talk with a heavy twang. I just helped the lady put air in her tire. It was drizzling a little bit not too terrible. So yeah, I mean, the day looks like it's gonna rain, so I don't know. Excuse me, what's the name of this town?
The town technically is Covington. This area
Okay.
is Callahan.
Callahan? Thank you. So this is Covington and the county is Callahan. It's about as close as West Virginia as you can be, near 64. So it's quiet around here, very nice. They have nice streams and things like that. A lot of four-wheelers. Yeah, I guess they don't want you going in there. They got barbed wire. But there's a nice little stream. Not sure if you can see the barbed wire. Right here. I almost went for it. And I could jump it, but I don't want to rip my my rain chute. But there's a nice creek. Got good flow over there. This is actually entering George Washington National Forest. So guess you could see it right there. And we are in Virginia, and we are headed to Highway 64. So, well, I just pulled in, and it's 6:50 and 6:50. 6:47, and I am tired, but not nearly as tired as I was yesterday. Yesterday I was extremely tired. I had a headache. I didn't eat well yesterday because there was so many there was far less stops to make. There was nothing in between the roads that I was taking, and just doing that contributes to you not feeling well. So I had some I took a Snickers bar with me, which I did pull over the road, which you guys saw. I did take some water, but I think more snacks would have been better yesterday. Today I was fine. I had a few snacks, and I stopped for lunch, and yeah, so I'm a little bit sore. I mean, I just rode 8 hours, so that'll do it to you. I will say, other than the rain, it was enjoyable. I had a good time. It's a little harder having a good time by yourself, but nevertheless, I was able to enjoy myself because of the roads that I went to and the things that I saw and the experiences that I had. So I enjoyed it. Hey people, I hope you enjoyed the videos as much as I had fun making them. For those of you who have not yet subscribed, I hope that you would please consider it. It really motivates me to do better and better videos. As you can see, it takes a lot of effort to make these things happen and a lot of resources. Well, as you can see, I once again leave you with this short video clip of the return home from Lawrenceville, I can't remember, West Virginia. This app is so cool. It's on my phone, and it shows the altitude, top speed, the time it took me to get back, the time of the whole trip. It really shows a lot of different stuff. Anyway, I am currently working on a motorcycle detailing video that some people have requested. So that will be coming out soon. And also I am planning a trip for those of you that don't know the area on West Virginia, it's called the Back of the Dragon. And I plan to go there the next few weeks because I have a business trip to go to on that side of the state. Anyway, like I said, you all take care. Watch out with the crazy people on the roads, and I will catch you on the next one. Adios.